everyone. We're live. Good evening. Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening. Good evening.
Hi,
Good
guys. Good evening from United Kingdom. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hope you are all safe and sound. So, welcome to my page. It's been a while since I've joined these business partners of mine. So, let me just let me welcome every one of you here in my page. So my name is Thea. I am a nurse and I am a digital business owner. And um, I'm here tonight with my business partners all across UK. So we haven't met in person. We've actually connected because of our digital online business. So it's just to tell you what we do. So we are all digital business owners. So we mentor people from all walks of life, from all over the world, start up their own successful digital online business. So we provide all the trainings. We offer mentorship and coaching, and we have a community of over 91,000 members, our Facebook community. So if you want to join us, the first step is for you to check our websites, which are shown um, on the screen. So just enter our websites. Just choose from one of our websites. So, why we're here tonight? So, we're back again. So, we have going back to our main topic. We're actually sharing another great book, which was recommended by Wendell. Thank you so much, Wendell, for recommending this book. So, the title of this book is Fundamentals for Becoming a Successful Entrepreneur, from business idea to launch and management. And this is by Malin Brannback and Alan Carsrud. Hope I'm pronouncing the surname right. Um, just for disclaimer, guys, we're actually not experts or we're not promoting anything, particularly in this book. We're just actually sharing our takeaways on what we read, hoping that we're gonna give you some help and get some insights with regards to the recommendations of this book. So to start up with this topic, guys. So these two authors, actually, I haven't heard, you know, these authors from before. It was just recommended by Wendell, so it's really a great book. So Brandback and Carsrud, they are both professors. Um, actually, what's his first name? Malin Brannback is has a degree in pharmacy, Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy, isn't he? Isn't she? And she's a she. I thought initially that Malin is a guy, but she's actually a woman. And then Alan Carsrud has is a clinical psychologist and sociology economics as well. So they are colleagues, and then they've been actually entrepreneur for like nearly 60 years. So the two of them put together this book. It's a very practical book that is actually perfect for students, aspiring entrepreneurs, or any person with a desire to pursue an opportunity to achieve their goals. And this is a book for real people looking to create a real business and real careers as well. So this book consists of 9 chapters. So we're tackling the first chapter today. So the first chapter is entitled, I forgot the first chapter now. What does this thing called entrepreneurship? So it says in the first chapter actually that there's no single definition of entrepreneurship. So an entrepreneur is a person, according to the authors, is a person who is a visionary, a hardworking, a risk taker, ambitious, having an exceptional leadership skill, one who never gives up, and a great source of inspiration. You know what struck me the most, with this thing is that having the exceptional leadership skill. Because when I started this digital online business, I didn't think I really have that skill. Well, I have that skill, but I'm not really not on the exceptional side of it. So, but then I realized later on that this skill is actually learnable, and then you develop it as well through time, through studies, and then of course learning from other people as well. And another thing that another thing that I have taken away from this chapter is that um, you have to show your qualities in combination with some brilliant ideas and the ability um, to market yourself. And just like this digital business that we are on, we're being trained to do that. And as you all know, you might heard probably some people who are successful in their areas, like for example, Mark Zuckerberg, which is the owner of Facebook. How he started, humbly, and then now Facebook is quite a large company. um, Other people like Jeff Bezos, which is the who is the owner of Amazon. Um, so when you think about these people, so um, what what have they done? To be successful like this. So of course they show their qualities, and then they had brilliant idea at the time, and then they had the ability to market results, and then look at them now. They are very wealthy. However, um, wealth is that wealth. Is it the only definition for success? For many of these people, success was changing, an industry, or creating something that was sustainable and enduring, as a business over generations. And um, these successful people that have done their businesses, we are the ones actually using them until now. And the last thing the last thing I could share, and a bit for you to ponder, is that success is very much in the eye of the beholder, and it depends on the goals of the entrepreneur, what they set for themselves. So for me, um, success for me is having to have a digital online business. Success for me is having that flexibility, to do whatever, wherever you want. Spend more time with your family, create lasting memories that, you're going to remember all throughout your life. So, that for me is the takeaway that I could share for this chapter. So now I'm going to pass on to Leia.
It's my turn. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Leia, by the way. I'm Leia again, nurse as well, and a part-time digital entrepreneur. So we're here again to discuss another book. It's quite academic, actually. It's not the same as from the previous book that we have read, but it's still okay. It's still a lot to learn as well, especially that we are a digital entrepreneur. So in addition to Tea's takeaway based on the pages that I have read about being entrepreneur. So it says, and it's about I have two takeaways. I have two topics to share actually. So in addition to Tea's about being entrepreneur, there's one line that caught my eye. It says part of the task of any entrepreneur is to get those in their teams to have similar dreams. And one of the subtitle is about collective dreams. And we are, even though we are individual as digital entrepreneur, but we are in a community of entrepreneurs. And we all, and because of our vision, uh, reaching goals together. So even though we run our business the way we want it, but we have an automated system that runs for us. So that depends on us on how we run the business. But along the way, we have some obstacles, we have some challenges. But because of the collective dreams of individual entrepreneurs in our community, and because of our vision, we help each other to succeed because that's one of our vision to reach goals together. And if there are some more minds, more help, more more minds, more help, more there's more resources and more scope for success because all minds are all helping each other to help you succeed on your own business. So that's what understanding of the collective dreaming. And the next topic that I want to discuss and on based on what I have read is why entrepreneurship became important. Based on the reading, the term entrepreneurship or entrepreneur has been around for centuries. Some claims are as early as 1755, 1803, 1934, 1951. But it was more significant during the around 1987. So can you imagine all those centuries, entrepreneurship and entrepreneur is already been um, out. But because of the recession, I think, based on what I've read, entrepreneurship become significant because they want to create wealth for the country, not just for personal wealth. That's why entrepreneurship came out because they want to boost the economy of the nation. That's why entrepreneurship came out. Not basically during this time. It's not only for personal wealth, and it is important because it will empower a lot of people because it will create more jobs and it will push more innovations wherein entrepreneurs were involved because of the innovation. And it says here on the book basically uh, what is it now? Entrepreneurship become important into our lives and has had impacted our lives because of the job create. It's not only for job creation, but also as a source for developing effective and innovative solution for environment and social problems. So what are those environment and social problems? Like environment problem is like pollution and global warming. So innovation become apparent and entrepreneurship will be involved with that innovation because they want to solve the environmental problems like we have the solar panel. So in to make that will save us electricity, so that will help our environmental problem. And then social problems as well, like social problems like unemployment and poverty. So unemployment, there are some entrepreneurs that will come up with the idea that will help the community to provide some jobs. So instead of generating income, they will also solve the problem. So that's why entrepreneurship become important. It's not solely for it's not for individual wealth, but also for national wealth, because it will create job, it will enhance production, that will boost the economy of the country. So the author here wanted to challenge the myth that entrepreneurship is not solely for men, is not solely for who have technology background, is not solely for those who have wealth, were able to build a small firms or a company so that they can provide jobs for the individual. So it's for everyone. It's for everyone who have the desire to help, who have a desire to have their own what you call this, have the desire to have to work independently. So that's why entrepreneurship is important. And lastly, the author mentioned it's not always the creation of personal wealth what drives entrepreneurship. As I said earlier, it's for want to make a difference, who wants to make a difference, who wants to work independently, and for those individuals who can afford, they will do some selfless acts or noble act to help the community while doing the business. So that's why entrepreneurship is so important nowadays. So that's my take on on this reading. That's all. And next to discuss about this chapter is Michelle.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm here again joining my fellow business partners to discuss this book, Fundamentals of Entrepreneurship. So, following on what Atalaya has said about entrepreneurship, when she said that it's from innovation and it's from the vision of the people. The authors have also discussed whether entrepreneurs are made or are they born with it, because me myself also likes the stories of like successful entrepreneurs, especially when you see the possibility that myself could also do those things, because it gives us a little bit of hope. It inspires us, motivates us, that it opens our minds into different things that we could do, that if they could do it, we could do it too. But also it also discuss about things that we fail to see, that we only see the success of these entrepreneurs, but we don't actually see the difficulty of what they've had, as well as not seeing that those skills can also be seen into successful professionals like doctors, authors, scientists, which we also fail to recognize as entrepreneurs themselves, because as what's been previously discussed, they are visionaries, they like innovation, they challenge the rules. Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere. And then after that, the authors also said, who is actually an entrepreneur? How do they start to become entrepreneur? And then they said that there are two types of entrepreneurs that they have identified. There are the opportunistic entrepreneurs and the necessity entrepreneurs. As given as an example, the recession. But there was a rise of entrepreneurs on that era. Why? Because they saw an opportunity. They saw an opportunity that they needed to change the system. They needed to improve that. So then they can be called opportunistic entrepreneurs. But then they've also discussed these necessity entrepreneurs. These are the people that less qualified, they couldn't get a job, they've been laid off. Then, as previously said before, you have to grow where you have been planted. So these people that wants to make a change or difference in their lives, and when they see that they needed to do something, but then their environment or their surroundings are not allowing them to do that, they obviously need to make a living. And as a result, they think of a business. So that's another example of necessity entrepreneurs. They have cited an example of the immigrants in US or in any other countries, that there are high a population of immigrants that are more business minded, and that they are the ones that actually become successful in entrepreneurship, instead of having like professional or blue collar jobs, because that's what they have, that's what they know. And when they see something in that environment, let's say they don't have this and they can see a market from that, they take advantage of that, so that they can make a business out of it. But then they've also just said that, it's okay that you wanted to be an entrepreneur. It's okay that you have this vision, that you have this motivation. But then they also went on about discussing the personality of an entrepreneur, what really makes someone as an entrepreneur, whether it's seen as, as a profession, as a career, or anything else, and what sets them apart from the rest. And they did say that, the compatible personality is the critical in entrepreneurial life. Why? Because you need to be able to have this concept. Apart from having the concept, you need to be able to have the drive. You need to have the motivation. You need to have, apart from the skills, you could have all the skills, the resources that you have, but if you don't have the attitude, the discipline, and the motivation, you're not going to get anywhere. And entrepreneurs are seen as risk takers. They don't take calculated risk. They're innovators as well. So they have to think outside the box. Why do we think we have Facebook now? Why do we think we have Amazon? Why do we think we have all these digital businesses? It's because one person has taken that step, another step forward, and think of something that hasn't even existed yet, like Steve Jobs. People were laughing about him before when he mentioned something about the iPhone or the iPad, that they thought that, it's not going to happen because we're in a different era. It's too, we don't have the resources. But then he made sure, or he exhausted every resources that he has, or connections perhaps, to make it happen. The same way as when they spoke about Nikola Tesla, like the vision before it even came true. He didn't actually patent it, but he just shared the vision for people, to succeed or to have that mindset. Also, they talked about the next one would be like, it's okay that we know what an entrepreneur is, but do we actually understand it? And also that it's not easily identifiable, that once we know that someone's an entrepreneur, you can't really characterize them, because as of now, entrepreneur is a very broad term that, cannot be defined. You can define it, but whether that's the exact definition is still debatable. So that's my take about it. Thank you. And the next one, I think, is at the Windel.
Okay, thank you very much, Michelle, for that. And thank you, lovely ladies, once again. I'm so happy to see you. And sometimes we do catch up as well in our chat messengers or probably WhatsApp. Okay, right. This evening, I would like to share with you the four important topics that I've taken from this book. The first one is about the opportunity for recognition. And when we talks about the opportunity, it's about some people recognize that there's an opportunity if there is an imbalance or imperfection in the market, or sometimes entrepreneurs could even just copy some of the business models or some of the business ideas that they think that it's appropriate for their niche, or it's appropriate for their passion, that is relatable to them. And how can someone see an opportunity? Well, obviously, as an entrepreneur, you have to be vigilant. And as another one is you have to see yourself as being unique. Okay? So, meaning to say, you need to find a passion that makes you unique in the middle of the market. Number two, it talks about the entrepreneurial goals. Okay, I've been hearing this from Leia and Michelle a while ago, but I would like to dwell more into this. Many doesn't want to talk about failure. Obviously, all we could see in life is always the tip of the iceberg, right? Not the process, the bottom part of the iceberg. That they didn't realize that on the bottom part of the iceberg, there's a lot of challenges. It could be big waves, there's a lot of sea creatures probably in there, or there's a lot of things going on. But what people see only is the success, not the process. Okay? So those are the things that you people should realize that, you know, in goals setting, in terms of becoming an entrepreneur, it's not a straightforward process. Apart from that, it doesn't mean as well that people who have failed monetarily, they are already a failure. Okay, sometimes they failed because they just wanted to improve something. Okay, like for example, Robert Kiyosaki. He had gone into financial failures for several times until he got up. He managed to get up, and at the same time, now look at what he is today. He is one of the many successful business around the world as well, a businessman. The next part in this entrepreneur goals is about there is evidence that entrepreneurs will have as many as 7 ventures in a lifetime, and yet only one of those will be deemed a success. So imagine 1 out of 7. So you tried 7 times and only one becomes successful. That's how successful entrepreneurs are. And success is not always about wealth creation. Okay, number 3 on this book, it's about the different goals for different folks. In terms of different goals for different folks, I've heard this from Michelle. It's about some of the people, they think that entrepreneur, it's about wealth creation. Some of them, it's about social wealth. They would like to improve the quality of life, their own quality of life, or the quality of life of their community, or they would like to turn their hobby into learning. So I remember when I was younger, I'm still young, but when I was still younger, I used to tutor my classmates. So I tutored them with anatomy and physiology. I tutored them with microbiology. And going back to that kind of experience, I was thinking, yeah, I really love tutorials. I really love teaching someone because it's just like you're trying to impart your knowledge to other people. And this is where I am right now. That was, if I'm going to look back, that was more than 10 years ago or almost 20 years from now. But, you know, sometimes you have to turn your hobby into a learning, and at the same time, it's become part of you because you're passionate about it. And it could be sometimes people will have to do it because they wanted to cure a disease, which is certainly a noble pursuit. So to us, what makes an entrepreneur unique? It's about their attitude. They're part of their mindsets. Okay, number 4 in this learning, it's about other definitional issues. Okay, so what are the issues of being an entrepreneur? Obviously, number 1, it's people will question you. You're not really a true entrepreneur because you inherited that business. Okay, there are people who have that kind of mind setting because it's not you who is the founder. People are trying to belittle your ability. The other issue is about only those people who are able to have the technology breakthrough are the true entrepreneurs. No, it doesn't be like that because not all of us are tech savvy, isn't it? We started from the very scratch. We don't know anything. But now look how have we become. We developed, we started from the very scratch, we developed, and we are still developing, and we are still learning every day. So what does the common attributes of entrepreneurs. Obviously, it's about hard work, our desire to achieve goals. And no matter if we inherited the business, if we put up our own business, the common traits to become successful, it's about hard work and your desire to achieve the goal. And for those of you who are thinking that, well, entrepreneurship is easy, this is not the right career choice for you, right? This is not a right career choice for you because entrepreneurship is a process. You learn every day. As I mentioned before in our previous discussion, I was really uncomfortable talking over to the telephone. When someone was calling, it's just like, I wanted, excuse me, I wanted to pass on the phone straight away to my business development manager because I don't want to talk about it. But as you grow every day, you tend to become more comfortable to it because part of that is learning. You learn every day, you accept, you need to embody it in order for you to become successful. So those are the learnings that I have taken in this book, and thank you very much. And I'm gonna pass it on to our lovely and pretty Maricel.
Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Maricel, and I work as a nurse, and I do my online business on the side, just like everyone here. So the book is called Fundamentals of Becoming a Successful Entrepreneur. The pages that was assigned to me, that were assigned to me, it's the subheading is called a false dichotomy, right? I didn't know what dichotomy means to begin with. Like it's spelled this way, all right? I said, for sure, that's not a surgical procedure because anything with otomy is the removal of. So I have to Google it, dichotomy, and I have to like find out how it's pronounced. I might pronounce it wrongly, but yeah. So what is dichotomy to begin with? So it says it's a contrast. To make it simpler, it's the division, the separation, difference between things, between two entities, and contradiction. So definitely is not a medical procedure, not like appendectomy or whatever. I kind of related it straight away to a medical procedure, a surgical procedure. Anyway, so in this section, the authors, they were trying to distinguish the contradictions between a small business owner and an entrepreneur. So Windel has briefly touched on that already. You know, she mentioned about an inherited business. Will that person who's inherited the business becomes an entrepreneur? So there is in this portion of the book, they have enumerate. Well, it's not enumerated, but I have enumerated it to make it easier to understand the difference between the two. So they also have mentioned here that the definition of an entrepreneur has evolved in the last 3 decades. And everybody has mentioned, I think, that there isn't any definitive definition of what an entrepreneur is because it keeps evolving, and you know the scope of the skills that they can do and the tasks they perform varies each time. So to make it easier and simple for everyone, I wrote a comparison on paper because I don't have access to slides and all that. I know I've noticed there's a share screen here, but I don't know how to use it. I have to find out why. So I improvised on paper. Ta-da! Parang kinder lang, oh. That will do. So, so the definition they gave for a small business owner, it says a small business owner is someone who establishes and manages a business for the main purpose of pursuing personal goals, while an entrepreneur, I don't know if you can see it, while an entrepreneur focuses on growth. So that's the first difference between the two. Small business owner, personal goals. And then entrepreneur, they focus more on growth. The second one is, there we go. Kids, here is the next one. So small business owner, they do not normally pursue new ideas. They usually deal with known and established products and services, and they already have a customer base, right? May mga suki na sila. They know the area. They have surveyed the area. That's how they teach us in school. If you are putting up a business, you do research the area. You find location best for your business. You do the tactical investigations on, is it like a corner lot or is it a back street? The location of the business matters a lot. So because that will be their main source of income, they need to study all that. The majority of their time and resources are consumed by the business, while an entrepreneur has a keen eye on profit. They are more on the profitability of the business. They want more than to pay bills today, and they want future wealth. So there is a slight difference there. So this is more on the brick and mortar one. I believe so, although they have access to online resources now, but you can greatly see the difference between that side of the business. And then the third one, it says there, small business owners do not normally pursue new ideas. They usually deal with, oh, did I say this already earlier on? Main product, the established product and services and the customer base, they know already. Oh, I think I've mentioned this earlier already. So they are compared to an entrepreneur, right? They're more innovative, strategic, and classified high risk takers. So I take it as a small business owner is more reserved. They're more traditional, whereas an entrepreneur, they like action. They like new strategies. They keep up with the trend, whatever comes out in the market, new ways of marketing strategies. They grab it. And then what's the next one? A small business owner deal with known risk. Yeah, so they have already studied it. They have anticipated what the risk of their action, whereas an entrepreneur is more exposed to unknown factors. Thus, they are known to be such risk takers. However, it gives them the high level of returns when things go the right way. And last, I have number 5. Small business owners often tend to go with what they know and avoid things that could potentially turn into a huge problem for them. They know what they want, and what they want is definitely not stress that comes along with huge risk. On the other hand, an entrepreneur likes rapid growth. They take big risk. Sometimes this pay off and sometimes it doesn't, but risk is part of the appeal of becoming an entrepreneur. So those are the things that I can extract from the few pages that I have read. But just to add some from what's in the book, I think both roles, both roles, may you be an entrepreneur or a small business owner, they both have the passion. They are passionate about what they do, but it's usually for different reasons. A small business owner to take the business as to support themselves and their families, as well as to to make it as their bread and butter. It's like their contracted job, whereas an entrepreneur on is after the change. They're after the challenges. They want to change the world. They want to change the norms. They didn't want the defaults in life and the usual or conventional ways of life, which society has told us that we must do. And what else? Yes, there's a very fine line between the two. They both have a lot of things in common, but they have their distinct differences that set them apart. Each country, I think, needs a small business owner to hold the economy, because this type of businesses are quite important to the economy of a nation. But at the same time, countries and the economy would need entrepreneurs to propel it forward, to make it more richer economy wise. So that's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Very, very informative. Before we push through, we have three watchers. I can see them. Just would like to say hello, Aiza. Aiza is one of our business partners as well from California.
Oh, hello.
And
Thank you for watching.
yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Unfortunately, is there a way to see them? I actually
I don't think so. Just
can
the
you see them
comments.
actually?
Unless
Yeah,
they,
because
they
the
make a
comment.
comment.
Yeah, leave a comment, guy. If you got any questions, feel free. Um, we're here in the next few more minutes. So thank you so much, guys. Very insightful.
It's very hot
So
too.
it's very hot. Yeah, it is. So entrepreneurship, is it for everyone?
It is for everyone. It says in the book, actually. That's what
Absolutely.
the author mentioned. He even challenged the myth that is for everyone, for all ages, for all background, for all races. As what have Michelle has mentioned, as long as you have the desire, the passion for you to what you want to happen in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The economy needs, yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. But
We're,
it's not,
we're
yeah, it
actually
depends how, yeah.
creating, yeah, we're creating national wealth. We're not only creating personal wealth, but we're
You know,
helping.
at the beginning, it's really difficult to separate them, because they both run businesses. They both aim to, when you set up a business, of course you're after profits and gains. So when a small business owner has got roughly the same goal as an entrepreneur, the only big thing I think that I could say is they're more careful, they're more reserved, they're more tactical in the steps that they do. Where the entrepreneur, because I think they like the challenges, they like to take the risk, because when they win that situation, it's a massive return. The traditional businesses, they are steady, but they know they will gain at the end. Whereas an entrepreneur is like, it's outright almost, if you hit the right technique, perhaps in running your business.
Yeah, exactly. And what Wendell has shared with regards to all throughout our entire life, that um, seven ventures that um, we have to actually, yeah, I read in the book as well, and I was really, I started counting how many ventures. Seven
You have
ventures.
done.
I said, how many ventures? And at least one in that seven, you're gonna be successful. So
What
we just
I
have to
just
keep going.
So I want to relate this chapter to our digital business community because we are here not only for ourselves, as what I've mentioned in this book as well, that everyone, people from all walks of life who have chosen an entrepreneurial path for their life have made a difference. So we want to make a difference in a way that we want to share this venture to everyone because we want to help to have that change that they want to happen in their life. So we're not solely doing it this for ourselves. We want this to be with somebody else who want to have their child. We want to share. That's why we are here as well.
Yeah, and you only get successful once you're impacting other people's lives. So that's why we're here, and we're helping people. So yeah, thank you
Yeah, I
so
think
much,
it's
Mel.
mentioned there in the book. Entrepreneurs wanted to change the world.
Yeah.
They're more yeah, that's why they take risk. So that is the very same set, the very same reasons why we ventured into this entrepreneurial venture, because we wanted change in our lives. We wanted to um, defeat the defaults of life. That's my favorite word now, defaults. The norms, because otherwise,
Mm,
whatever is there for us, whatever is there that we're told to do, we're told to work till 65 before we retire, that will be us. But there is a way through entrepreneurship. You'd be able to change the path, maybe rush retirement more, pull the years quicker, so you don't get to work till 65 and enjoy life more. So
mm,
that's probably right. um, an entrepreneur perhaps would venture into, that's what was mentioned in the book, probably seven or more business venture. But that's what they do, right? Find out which one works and enjoy
yeah.
Yeah,
enjoy the
To
ride.
that's true. You'll never know. The six are the trial and errors, and then the
Mm.
seven is the success.
Yeah.
And then I do believe as well,
Uh,
if you found your passion and you're happy to do more about it, you'll be more productive. And if you are not really
yeah.
productive, you tend to be depressed, you tend to be so unhappy, and you end up don't want to go to work as well. And you added the unemployment of the country. So that will be another environmental factor. So that's important of considering another path to do in life as well.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And the obstacles that we undergo, the trials, they are shaping into us into a better person. And that's what I learned, being an entrepreneur.
I have
So
a question though.
Go on.
Pag, if
Windel can
Tagalog,
answer.
Tagalog ah. I'll ask it in Tagalog. Pag ba like nagbe-bake ka, nagbebenta ka ng mga ensimada, well, that makes you an entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
that's one of the examples in the
absolutely.
book, right?
Mm,
If you are someone who does, who buys wholesale product and distribute them, tinitingi-tingi mo siya. The definition in the book, you're not an entrepreneur doing that. That's why it made me a little bit confused. You are an entrepreneur if you innovate something yourself,
Yeah.
right? So you're a business owner if you buy wholesale and distribute it and do retail after that one. But
Mhm.
if you think of something that would you think would be a really good product or a really good business in the future, that makes you an entrepreneur, because you're venturing into something that is unknown, that is there for you to discover, and you take risk in venturing into it. So that explained it a little bit, because when I first read it, although I have a business background, and I did entrepreneurship when I was in the Philippines, but it's a bit different. And it says in the book, it keeps evolving, and the definition of entrepreneurship has changed in the last 3 decades. So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even though, for example, there is a difference between entrepreneur and the business owner, Marcel, when you are selling or whoever that selling is, the different food products or different items, you are developing already the characteristic of becoming an entrepreneur. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
are looking for the profit, you are looking for something, there's perseverance and hard work in there.
When I was in elementary, in primary school, we have entrepreneurship. I don't know. Do you have that in school?
No.
No. So
But
we have a subject. It's called entrepreneurship. And what we do, Tagalogin ko na lang. Ang hirap Englishin. Our audience are mostly can speak Tagalog anyway. So may teacher, bibigyan niya kami ng mga like yung tingi-tingi na bigyan niya kami ng 10 pakete ng masapan o 10 pakete ng sampalok. Yung like the snacks. And then it's up to us how much we wanted reselling. So i-detail namin siya. So we were given 10 packs of one masapan, one pili nuts, one sampalok, wholesale price, and then we sell it outside to our relatives, to anyone in school, and whatever the profit, that's ours. So that's how we were taught entrepreneurship. But with the example given in this book, it says there it's not entrepreneurship, it's being a business owner. So I'm confused now. But anyway, we'll dig into it more when we go next chapter.
Yeah, I think that it's when that's why they said that, up to now, the definition of being an entrepreneur is still debatable because, like before, they said you can only be an entrepreneur if you've got a degree or if you've got a business background. But then they went on to say about are they really born or are they really made? So like what you said, it keeps evolving. So
Yeah.
whatever it is, you still start small and you still start with those vision, your dreams, and then it will be up to you whether you just want to stay as a small business owner or you want to venture to a bigger world like entrepreneurship and take those risks for you to succeed or to have more returns in life. So maybe
Yeah.
it's a process instead of a
Yeah, it is.
definition.
Yeah, it is a process, Michelle, because when you venture into something at a young age, I know yet that you are developing something. Maricel, I can attest to what you were saying because when I was in elementary school as well, I was selling peanuts, I was selling icing, I was even making ice candies. We called it ice lollies.
Yeah.
And I and my brother, we were carrying an ice chest or an ice box with ice lollies or ice candies, we called it. And then we were selling it all over the town. And I
Yeah.
remember as well, after school, obviously I have to make some ice because I wanted to sell the ice to the fish vendors in the market. So at 5 o'clock, I have to be there. If I'm not mistaken, I was grade 5 or grade 6 during that time. So at 5 o'clock, I rushed straight away to the market. And then in the market, the mother of my friends, they were calling me. I need ice. I have a new fish that just arrived. So I have to go home with my bicycle. And then at the front career, I have the ice, and at the back, I have to tie up a sack of ice. So you can imagine those trials, but I really enjoyed it. My humble beginning was like that. I really started from there, selling something and converting it to something because um, our life was really hard during that time. And in order for me to achieve something, or if I want something, I really need to work hard for it. So that's how I was brought up. That was my background.
You know
So
what? I have a
I
better
think
story than that.
come on, share
I
it
have
to
a
us,
I have
Marcel.
a story too.
Yeah, I think all of us has had a fair
Really?
share when we were little,
I think
selling
yeah.
something, right? So you said that's how you were brought up. You needed to do that. In my case, my parents has got a shop in the market in the palenque. So we sell rice, delata, vegetables, like the typical
Yeah.
stall in
Corner
the
store,
market,
sorry, store.
in the
Yeah.
public market. So I see these kids selling plastic bags, like parang 5 cents
5 cents.
each. Like
Yeah.
they tie it on their waist and then they ale plastic po. Like they offer the buyers plastic carriers, plastic bags. I said, oh, I want to do that. Just out of curiosity. Me and my sister and my cousins, we started doing that. Well, our parents are doing that, are manning the stall, and we were roaming around. We were just copying what the other kids are doing, and we were so happy because we have money. We
Yeah.
have, at the end of the day, we've sold like how many, because you can buy a packet of them plastic bag carriers for a very cheap price, and then you sell them for 5 cents or 10 centavos. It's almost double the amount. So I've experienced that. I don't know if Michelle knows about it, but I'm not sure if it exists still in the public market, because they're banning plastic bags now.
There's still
But
plastic.
that was my very first experience, and then later on in high school, or no, in college, we were selling rice and ulam, like on a microwavable one, with,
Cooked
well,
meal.
it's part of our studies anyway. So yeah, I've sold plastic bags in the blanket.
Mine is
Exciting.
mine is different because during school holidays, most of my classmates have summer job. So, but I'm not allowed to do summer job. So anyway, because I love gardening, so during that time, my gardens. I have singkamas, I have mani. So once I harvest them, I pailalako ko siya bahay-bahay. I have singkamas, I have mani. So at the end of the summertime, meron akong pera because I was selling those stuff. So it was a good experience and
Walang hopya.
unforgettable.
Hopya, mani popcorn.
I think we have,
Only ice
the
candies.
same experience. I used to sell yema. You know yema?
Yeah, I did too.
Tsaka
Masapan.
yung tera-tera. Di ba may
Mhm.
tera-tera?
Ano yun? What's
Like
that?
ano ba yun?
Like a dark sugar na
Nugget,
matigas
parang
siya,
nugget
Yeah,
lang.
nakabalot. Kaya siya
yeah.
tira-tira. You will eat it like,
Tira-tira yung ano. Tapos may isa pa yung isa na,
Oh, yeah.
yung square na,
Nougat.
ano bang binibili yun sa sa shop dati? Wala na
Belekoy.
ngayon eh. Yung square
caramel.
siya,
Yeah, it's
Panis.
belekoy.
may pangalan yun eh, nalimutan
Is,
ko.
is this a sweet
I
ba?
was
Sweet
I
or
used to sell them. I used to sell them when I was in the elementary and
Yeah,
high
yung
school.
dumidikit sa ipin.
Yung
Ang
yema
hirap.
talaga. Yan. Tsaka yung polvoron,
Yeah.
yun. Mama ko yung gumagawa. Tapos yun ang first ano ko talaga sa ano. And then when I came to England, I started selling on Amazon and eBay. So, yun, ewan ko, I really enjoyed them. Um, as you said, I mean, I still do them, every now and then. I still continue with them. But I'm concentrating on my digital business. So,
Oh,
I think we
doon na
do
kayong hopya.
I think we do those things because of some for personal purposes.
Yeah.
So
Mine was different because when I was in school, I was the only one allowed to go out Tapos my mom and my dad, we had this burger shop. Well, we call it burger shop, that we just do the patty and everything. And we sell sa malamig. Because I was the only one that can go out, I would normally get those pad paper and list all the names of who wants to order, because the food in the canteen is so expensive, and we sell it half price, and it's obviously freshly cooked. So I would go out with these 2 pages, or sometimes like a big coupon bag, and then I'll come back with my mom with all the bags with sa malamig, whether it's in the cup or in the supot. And then the
Those were the days.
cheeseburger, yeah, whether the cheeseburger, so all the bags, and they'll go, oh, give all the list to Michelle so she can come out at lunchtime. And sometimes I forget to have my own lunch because I got all their lunches. So that's how I started. But it's a good experience when you're younger. And I think once you start and you already have that experience, you wanted to like, oh, what can I sell again? Because it's good to
Yeah,
have your own.
Yeah.
exactly.
Kahit pala bunutan pinapatulang ko yan dati. Alam mo yung nung maliit, nung elementary, yung nilalawa yan ng gano'n. Para lumabas yung number. Or yung,
Uy, naalala
and
niyo
then
yung
you win
naalala
something.
niyo yung Coco Bar?
What?
Naalala niyo yung Coco Bar? Coco Bar ba yun? Yun yung square, di ba may Coco Bar dati?
Ah, okay.
Lala.
Naalala niyo yun?
Hindi po.
Baka yun nga yung belekoy sa amin yun, like square na medyo sticky siya.
Hindi
Na
naman,
may asukal.
is it,
Hindi yung square, square siya.
bukayo, hindi ba bukayo?
Parang ganun. Parang ano siya, pero square.
Kahit nga pad paper yung mga 1/4, yung mga kaklase ko wala. Papabili ako sa nanay ko, isang ganyan, tapos binibenta ko sa school, yung mga wala silang mga papel. Yung mga mag-quiz, 1/4, 1/2 lengthwise, crosswise, my gosh!
Okay, guys, we're over 1 hour now. Do you want to invite, one of you invite for our live online workshop tonight? Does anybody want to invite?
Go ahead, guys.
Go ahead, Michelle. You're the younger.
Oh, we would like to invite everyone. If these things does interest you, we would like to invite you to join the webinar, and you can do that by going on not on each of our website, whichever you would like. All you need to do is to just register your name, and then you will receive a link for a free webinar or an online workshop, which they will tackle all the trainings and the business, and you'll see live testimonies from real people that actually experience the system, who are already plugged in, and they will obviously tell you about our great community, which you can get all the support that you need when you're starting up. And not only that, look at all of us. We haven't met each other apart from my mentor at Miracel, but it seems like we're already bonding, which is great. So yeah, we'll like to invite you to join our webinar. It's every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's free, and you can replay it, watch it in your own time, at your own home, do it at your own pace. So yes, please join.
Nice. Well
Hope to
said.
see you in the
Perfect na ni Michelle. Bravo, well done.
Our YouTubers, would you like to invite them?
Yes, please.
YouTube channel.
Please follow us and subscribe with notification bell. My YouTube channel is Designers of Life, because I really believe that we are all have the capabilities to design our own life. I believe in you, that you have the power to design the life that you want. O, diba?
I believe in you.
Please follow us.
That's why.
Next time, pag sabi ni Wendel na notification bell, magdadala na ako ng bell.
So my channel, guys, it's called number 4 in a tribe. Watch any of the videos there. There are plenty of the business videos there, and other things. And then hit subscribe and click the notification button so you get notified each time there's a new upload. So all this series of our business chats will be uploaded there, hopefully soon, so you can watch it anytime. And don't forget the webinar.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for everyone.
Thank
Thank you.
you,
See you next time.
everyone. So, Leia, would you like to say something? Lay?
Michelle mentioned it already. So that's watch the webinar. It's just subscribe to Loy. I don't have the YouTube. Just register to any of our website. So yeah, you can see and watch and listen and learn.
Guys, yeah, it's the best. Look, Michelle has been relaxing in by the beach, by the seashore, and she got paid while she's enjoying her time with family and friends. Imagine that.
Yeah, I got home and my mentor said, "Have you checked your back?" And I was like, "No." Check it. And I was like, "Yes."
That's the first of the few,
Yeah,
coming up soon.
it's only the
Anyway,
beginning.
guys, yeah. Shall we wrap up?
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, whoever is watching. Thank you for following us. And hope to see you in the inside.
See you
Shall we
soon.
say bye? Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye. See you next week.